Good morning, family community. Good morning, female Caribbean writers. Well, writer this morning. I welcome you here. I am so ecstatic this morning to have the returning famous bestseller of From Stuck to Limitless, nurse of over 20 something years, international speaker and advocate for healthier living and how to eat, keeping well balanced, sleeping, meditating, and all those things that you can get in there to keep a well balanced lifestyle. She is that. She's a Jane of all trades. Let's put it that way. Do welcome Miss Nurse Marva. Marva Riley, welcome.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, Shara. I appreciate the opportunity to chat with you
Of
today.
course, anytime, anytime. She's not a guest anymore. She's a family, right? Yes, she is, because she's been here, what, three times now? So, and definitely giving us more and more detailed information on how to stay healthy, what to eat, and so forth. And today we're going to place emphasis on one of her books, Sheir, but we're going to hear about her other books as well. So today, Nurse Marva Riley has joined me, and first and foremost, live to educate me on some more healthy ways to eat and be well balanced. How important is routine to you? Introduce yourself the way you would like to introduce yourself to us and not the way I did. And let us know how important is routine for healthy living.
Okay, thanks for the opportunity again. I really love to chat with you, and your shows are always enlightening, and I leave feeling so much better. And
Oh,
I'm always ready to share some simple tips to help us all to stay healthy.
yes.
My name is Marva Riley. I've been a registered nurse for well over 20 years. I stopped counting. And I'm a holistic health advocate. And I welcome any opportunity to talk about health and wellness because it's so important. The phrase that says our health is our wealth is not just a cliche. It's not a cliche. It actually is so. Our health is our wealth because there are some people that have a lot of money, but they don't have their health. And they
Absolutely.
live miserably every day, unable to enjoy that which they have. So it's very important to take the best care of our health, remembering also that our health is not just about physical. Our health encompasses physical, mental, and emotional and spiritual. Okay, because we're a holistic being encompassing all of those. So I'll try to kind of weave things in to include all of those as we chat today. In terms of routine, it is so important to have a routine actually for everything. Because if you think about it, most people have a job or have a business. And you have the routine of getting up at 6 o'clock, for example, in the mornings, and you go to the bathroom and you brush your teeth and you wash your face and you take a bath. And you have the routine, you get up the kids at 7 o'clock to go to school, and they have to do the same thing and they get dressed and you prepare a healthy breakfast for you and your family. Some people will sit, have a cup of coffee, cup of tea or something while they prepare themselves mentally for the day. Now, you imagine when something happens that throws that routine off in the morning. One of the children was sick last night. You didn't sleep too well. You ended up waking up at 6:30 instead of 6 o'clock. Then everything just absolutely go crazy. Get it? You get to work late, you spill the coffee at work, you trip and
Mhm.
fall because you're rushing to get to do whatever it is. So it's
Right.
very important to have a routine for whatever is going on in our lives. If we do not have a routine with regards to our health in the mornings, for example, that's when you're going to grab a donut because you did not prepare you did not buy healthy foods to
Yes.
prepare a healthy breakfast that you can whip up an egg, peel a banana. You don't have clean water in the house for you to have in the mornings. So when you don't
Right.
have that routine, you end up grabbing junk. You grab a juice, you grab a donut, you grab unhealthy things and you eat on the go and you're not nourishing yourself. Routine in terms of exercise, for example, if you don't plan when you're going to get a 15-minute walk, okay, when I go to work and I get my 30 minutes lunch break, I'm gonna take 5 minutes of that to walk outside around the building. So I get some exercise, so I'm getting some fresh air, so I'm getting some sunlight. And I'm gonna do that Monday, Wednesday, Friday when I get my lunch break at 1 o'clock.
Right.
That will help you to keep on track. But if you don't have a plan, you won't have a routine. And if you don't have a plan and a routine, then everything gets fall into place. Sleep. If you don't have a set sleep time, for example, my bedtime is 10 o'clock, or my bedtime is between 10 and 11, something like that. Then what's going to happen is that sometimes you're going to go to bed at 1, sometimes it's going to be 12, sometimes it's going to be 10, sometimes it's going to be 2 o'clock. And when you don't get adequate sleep and have a routine, oh, Hazel, oh, very nice. Hazel just joined us. Hi, Hazel. When you, hi, Hazel.
Welcome, 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 Hazel. Welcome.
Hi, Marva.
Glad to have
Thank
you.
you.
Welcome.
How are you? How are you all?
Yes, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
We are well. How are you?
Very well. Yeah.
Well,
We're
thank you.
talking
I
about routine, Hazel, and I was just mentioning how important it is to have a routine, like the routine of
Uh-huh.
sleep, for example, because if you don't have a routine for sleep, you end up going to bed at whatever time, you wake up in the morning at whatever time, you don't feel rested. And if you don't feel rested, that will affect the way we eat. For example, you're going to grab junk. It's going to affect the fact that you're not going to feel well. So you're not going to have the energy to do any exercise. And it's like everything is just out of place when your sleep is not intact. So that's how important it is in a nutshell to have a routine because it throws off everything. And not only does it throw us off, it throws the
yes,
children off, it throws your spouse off, it throws even the people on the road. You have road rage because you haven't slept and you're rushing to get to work and you're late. Your boss gets mad. It affects everything in a negative way.
that is true. So very true, Miss Marva. You couldn't have said it better because many times I fall into that where the routine has shredded just because of something happening, like you said, and you have to stop and you have to just go back, reflect on what went wrong and where you could make it better, how you could improve on that. So all those suggestions that you said can help make your life easier, even even not eating, not only with eating, but with all things. So yes, thank you so much for that. Well, we have guest Hazel Lynch has joined us. Welcome. I'm so glad that you were able to come. And I am going to just pause for a second to say, welcome, Caribbean female writers promoting your books and scripts. This is a portion, a small portion, but a portion of our group of 51, and they are talented. We have some bestsellers. We have some really, really skillful ladies in this group. And I wanted to give you the opportunity to hear their stories and to share what they can give you as tips as beginning or aspiring writers. So we have Hazel, and I'm going to let you give your input this morning about what may be a routine you do in your writing. Because we were talking a little on routine. So, what routine helps you to be a successful author?
Well, I'm not even so routine anymore. When I lived in New York, I was very routine and very I wrote every day, but I don't write every day anymore, and I don't know why. That's just me now. Sometimes I'm doing so many things, so but I think you must write every morning, every day. That is something you should do if you're a
Mm-hmm.
writer or would be writer, and that gets you into the groove of thing because it's like if you want to lose weight or keep fit and you keep putting it off, you will never do it. But once you start to do it, your love for it will just be an automatic thing that you want to do it. So you must. I think that is one of the most profound thing. Write every day. You must write every day. Choose a certain time or just any time of the day, but you must write. You know that is number one.
Thank Thank you
Yeah,
so much for sharing that. That is
yeah.
important. Can you
Hmm.
please go ahead and also introduce yourself? Introduce yourself to the audience because I did not get the opportunity to do that.
Well, I don't know. Well, my name is Hazel-Ann Lynch. I'm an independent author of Senor Fluffy, a Cat's Tale. And at the moment, I reside in Trinidad and Tobago, where I was born. And behind me is my I have a bookshop in the city in the mall. So
Mhm.
where I sell,
Beautiful.
and of course, it's named Senor Fluffy's Caribbean Boutique. But everything is on my main character, who is a French cat. Yes. Uh, so, okay, what was the question? I went off track there.
I just wanted you to introduce yourself. Just tell us
Yeah,
who
and,
you are, and you did a great job. Yeah.
oh, well, thank you. You're not,
Thank you.
you
We're
know,
we are
yeah.
busy seeing you all over too on Facebook. You're everywhere. So we do see
Well,
you
I
out there.
think Well, I think being a writer as well, or no matter what you do, you must try to get your brand out there, you know? So
Definitely.
I try to do a lot
Definitely.
of marketing and advertising. I don't pay anyone. So I think that is also important too. Not just having your book or getting your book out there. Before your book comes out, you have to do a lot of advertising and marketing and learn about
Yes.
that. That is also important. And even before your book come out as well, you have to start talking about it. Even if it takes a year or two, you have to start talking about it, to let people know, well, it's coming out. So when it come out, it will be very, people will know about it before it comes out. Yeah.
You already given us tips, and that's what we want. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you. Definitely. So, Miss Marva Riley, what inspired you to start your writing?
Um, the love for people and I worked in the hospital setting in critical care for many, many years.
Mhm. I'm
Can,
sorry, is you
Hazel,
ready?
can we mute Hazel? I think there's a background
Oh,
noise. Can we mute her for a minute?
I don't know.
Okay.
Mute.
Mute. Uh-huh. You've been muted, Hazel. So that's fine for now. um, so my love for people, I worked in critical care for many, many years, and I saw
Mhm.
how lifestyle, poor lifestyle choices led to so much suffering among my
Mhm.
patients. And then I also became the patient because I was a nurse, but I didn't fully know how to properly take care of myself because nurses and doctors aren't really taught that in school. Okay. And so when I became ill and I was able to incorporate some simple holistic practices that helped me to reverse the many health issues that I had, I figured I would want to get that out to people because most people don't know about these things. They know about drugs, the pills, and stuff like that, but they don't know that something as simple as eating more fruits, for example, can help them to prevent something like constipation. Like I had a neighbor who has since passed, and she told me she suffered from chronic constipation, was in and out of the hospital, chronic constipation. But when I got to
Mhm.
interviewing her, she never drank water and she never eats fruits or vegetables. But yet she would be in the hospital for a
Mm.
week or two, constipated, not having moved her bowel for 2 weeks. So, some simple education like reminding folks to drink water, start the morning with some warm water, for example, eat an apple a day, eat more vegetables and stuff like that can help to either prevent those issues or if they happen, help to reverse it. And I had a desire to teach people to do these things. And so that's how my first book was written, where I shared my story about my health issues, how I was able to incorporate some simple things in my routine and be able to reverse those health issues. And I wanted to share that. So that's how I started writing, because I really love people and I want people to be well. And whatever I learn that helps me, I want to share it with them. I wanted to piggyback a
Right.
little bit on what our sister Hazel said about writing. It is very important. Anyone who aspires to be an author or is already
Mhm.
an author and want to write more material, you got to write regularly. Because my first book came out of my journals. I used to always write in my, have these notebooks and I would journal and journal and journal. And my husband once said to me, all those things you're writing in that little black book, you should put them in a book. And I never thought that anybody would be interested in reading anything that I wrote, and
Right.
he would say, yeah, I mean, if you put it out there, oops, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
If you put it out there, he would say,
Mhm.
people will read it. And but I never thought so. So when I wrote my first book and I had a lot of sales, I was shocked that anyone would be interested in reading my materials. So you got to write. And like, for example, I'm having a second bout of what I call a second bout of menopause. I went through menopause at 50. I'm 63, and all the symptoms I had then have kind of returned, even though I take excellent care of myself. So I said to
Mhm.
myself, and when I talk to all my sisters and my girlfriends that are in the same boat, they're experiencing these same symptoms and their doctors aren't giving them any answers. And I have discovered some things that have worked for me. So I figured, you know what? I should write a book on menopause because many women have questions and they're not getting the answers from their healthcare practitioner. Maybe I could share some of my experiences, what I have done to help to eliminate or manage joint pain, which is so common with women, or hot flashes that is so common with women who might have brain fog and they don't connect it to premenopause, perimenopause, or menopause. They might have headaches and they don't think it's because of hormone. But I have all this information because I'm interviewing other women. I need to write about it. And I need to talk about it, like Hazel said. I need to talk about it and let people know, listen, I'm writing this material. I hope that you will find information in the book that I'm about to publish that will help you to navigate this menopausal phase.
I love it. I love it. And absolutely true. And yours is more on a serious note in enlightening everyone on the routine and the balance and all these different things that you come upon in life and you need to handle and how to handle it. And Miss Lynch's book is more of the whew, let's relieve that seriousness and laugh. I could see like you looking at all of these things and saying, wow, that's a lot. But then when we look at Miss Lynch's book, we say, wow, we could laugh at Senor Fluffy and all his adventures and what he's done, so the two are like opposites, but great opposites. I love that. I love that. And you're right. You're absolutely right. These are books that can inform the public. And so many people are going through these extremes right now and want information. They want to know. They want to learn how to better balance their bodies and get better at routine and get better at all these things you've just spoken about. So thank you for that. Thank you. And before we run right off of routine and what you just said about inspiration, most mornings, if I'm at home, I will normally have a routine where I go through the fasting up to like noon, and then I would break it maybe with a smoothie. Do you believe in these frozen smoothies? Sometimes I cut the natural fruit up, but I usually have a blend of the fruit, the fruits, avocado, the strawberry, the peach, whatever is in there, and blend it up. If I don't, do you believe in these frozen fruits to start your day after fast?
I do, because so many people have such busy schedule.
Hmm.
My schedule is not so busy. I don't have a job anymore. I have my own business, so I can
Right.
pretty much have my own routine. And I do have
Hmm.
a very nice routine in the mornings that I never had when I used to be at the hospital to start working at 6:45 every
Right.
morning. So now
Right.
I can cut up my own fruits. See, I have my watermelon drink.
Yes.
This is just water,
Your own
watermelon,
blend.
ginger, and lemon. Okay? So I can do that. But most people don't have that time. They don't have the luxury of doing that. So they will have their frozen fruits in their refrigerator, blend it out, and there you're starting your day with a healthy smoothie. So yes, I 100% believe in it, because in order to save
Good.
time, you do what you have to do. Like for example, dinner or lunch.
Mhm.
If you could have a freshly done salad with your dinner or your lunch, that's better. But many people don't have that luxury, so it's okay to buy the
Mhm.
bag salad. You take your bag salad, you
Okay.
pour some into your kids or your husband's bowl. They're having some raw vegetables for dinner, because you don't have time to be cutting up the cabbage and cutting up the carrot and great, because you
Right.
don't have the time. You're raising two children, three children, plus your job, plus taking care of your husband, running a Facebook group, running your business. So in the interest of time, you do the best you can, have some frozen vegetables, quickly steam it. You know what I mean? Even preparing these things in advance, enough vegetables to last a few days. It's not as fresh as preparing it each day,
Right.
but at least you'll be able to have some healthy food planning in advance. So the short answer is I do believe that's a good habit of breaking your
Great.
fast with a good smoothie.
I don't feel so guilty anymore. Thank you so much for that. Good, because sometimes I just throw those in there, or I like sometimes I would do the can too. I have stopped doing the can peas and doing the bag peas, but with the can, I would throw off what's in there, rinse it off, and then use that because I notice a lot of the can they have too much sodium, right? So yes, I like that. And prep before. That all comes on the routine, prepping before. I like that. So I'm going to move right on to you, Miss Lynch. And I know we talked about routine with you, but with your Senor Fluffy book, your very funny book, how would you say that you prepared this? Like how long did it take you to write your book, Senor Fluffy?
You
And
might
what
want to
was the
unmute.
preparational process?
I'm sorry, unmute Hazel. She's on
Yes.
mute.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Marva.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mama.
Okay.
Did you
Well,
hear the question?
yes, I did. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
the only thing I did as a routine, as I said before, was really write every day to get the story out, because that is all we can do really to get the story out, right? Every day. I did a lot of research on animals and stuff like that. And also I
Mhm.
used to put myself in the story, or like if I am a cat in this sort of situation, a parrot, a greyhound, whatever, what would I do, And I did a lot of research, and I also think, and the most important thing, as Miss Marva said also, I said Miss Marva. Anyway, same thing. is to write it every
We're
day. You must
family
keep
here.
on
We
writing
are a
every day.
family here.
Yeah.
Yes.
You must write every day, and that is the
Every
most
day.
routine.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is the most routine thing I did was to just write, and get a story out. I used to write for hours nonstop. But I missed that because I really haven't done it in a while not since I came home, but
Mhm.
maybe like in 2 years now, I guess I will say. Could be three or not, or maybe like two. And I was saying recently, oh my God, my head is taken up with so many things I try to do now that I haven't been writing like regular, and I want to really get back to
Mhm.
that. But
Right.
yeah, write every day,
And Senor
markets
Senor
and stuff.
Fluffy,
Yeah. Hmm.
Senor Fluffy took you how long? I'm sorry, you I missed that?
Oh, oh my gosh, no, you didn't miss it because I don't even know
Oh, that's
how
okay.
to answer that question. Because a lot of people ask me, but Senior Fluffy really started when I was in New York. It was in 2017, I believe. It was like kind of born like that, 2017 about. And then when I came home, I finished it, and I published in 2020. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Okay, nice.
I used to just write little stories in those writing workshops. I used to go to the New York City Coalition Writers. I used to go to a lot of workshops around New York and
Mhm.
in Manhattan. And I used to read
Mhm.
a lot of story with Senor Fluffy. Not Senor Fluffy alone, all kinds. So people got
Okay.
accustomed to him, and they used to ask me a lot of questions. Even strangers used to stop me in the road, who I believe were strangers, and ask me a lot of questions on him. But yeah. But to ask me how long it took, really, I have no idea. But I would say maybe a year or so.
Okay.
Did you edit
Okay.
your book yourself, Hazel?
No, I am paid an editor. And then when I read it, I found it still had
Mhm.
some like mistakes in it. So I did it over. Yeah. But even
Okay. Okay.
I see a lot of
That's
even big editors it have mistakes in their book because they don't edit the
Oh,
book
yes.
themselves.
Definitely.
Books have a lot of mistakes. A lot
Mhm.
of books do have a
Oh,
lot of
yes.
mistakes of that.
Yep. The
Hmm.
best authors.
Yeah.
Yes, I notice. Yes.
So, ladies, are you using, because
Okay.
it's are you using any kind of AI tools to assist with marketing and writing?
I'll keep it for you. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Gonna mute for a little bit because it's a little noisy here. All right, but as far as myself, because I'm an author as well, within our group, I don't use AI as of now. I am actually still, well, I should say when I'm putting out my shorts, I have manipulated with it and I send it out with my thoughts and I send it out with their pictures. But as far as my book writing, no, I have not delved into AI. I will take you off of mute, Hazel, so that you can answer that question. Okay.
She's
Okay, you
muted.
could proceed now, Miss Hazel.
She's
Oh
muted.
dear. I
Mhm.
just Yes, I just removed it. I don't know what happened. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
I,
let's
I
see.
see she's still on
Let's
mute.
see.
Red.
I wonder why it's going back. Okay. Oh dear.
And
All
she
right.
unmute
Oh
herself.
no, it's still muted.
Mm. Oh,
Are you able to unmute Hazel?
Yes.
Because I'm clicking
Yes.
the
It's
unmute button, but okay, there it goes.
it's
There it goes.
it's not you. It's not you. It's
Okay.
my phone. Sometimes it's frozen, so I have to wait until it's unfrozen. Yes, I have a GoFundMe for iPhone right now. No, that's not true.
Okay.
No, but I think with AI you have to learn. I wouldn't use it for I don't know.
You're so
It's
funny,
AI
Hazel.
give you a lot of business. Yeah, I like being funny. I like to make people laugh. I think that's part of my life thing.
It's
God give me that gift.
important.
Yeah. I think AI is because we learn a lot about AI in the authors world in Trinidad as well, and it have a lot of forums away because I'm an everything author in Trinidad, and they teach a lot about AI and stuff. It had a lot of big conference the other day with the SCIWI, the Society for Writers, Illustrators thing. So yeah, so they were talking. They had a big with authors, publishers, and all people all over the world. So I was listening to it because it had people from Trinidad and different Caribbean countries in on the panel and stuff, authors from all over. So I never really used AI before, but I started to do it like with when I want to do a of course, those were the things I put out.
Loss of
Add or
thought.
something with the cat, yeah. Yeah, add or something like that. But I have a lot of good ideas if you ask it about business ideas. It could tell you if you want to do something, it give you like 100 and or a million ideas on a business idea. You tell it what you want and it really gives you good ideas. Just I think if you have to something with books, because I know some it have a girl here, she have her own publishing company. She used AI to do some of her like coloring books and stuff to get because like the Bible and stuff, the Bible belongs to no one man. So she do she said she used AI to do her but of course she look at the scriptures and the quotes, but she did a whole different genre of like Christianity, Judaism, this different thing for children books and stuff. But she tell you what is good to do and what is not good to do. But I don't use it in stories, but I ask it a lot of business ideas because like sometimes you're stuck somewhere and you ask it and it will really tell you like and sometimes it's like it's no you, hey, so what you doing today? You cook making a sweet bread. And I will say everything is not about a sweet bread. I'm Senor Fluffy. I have a life too. You straight know where I'm living. What are you doing around Queens Park, Savannah, eating a doubles and drinking a red solo? Like, oh my God, are you Trinidadian by chance? But it's pretty funny too. But I just asked it basically questions on my business and what I could do as an author or entrepreneur or whatever to get out there more. What I could do, like if I don't have funds for so and so, what I could do if I my bankroll is zero, what I can do as an author to do something different, what I should do, and it will tell you certain things you should do and what you could do. But it's very good business wise, I must say, because there's a guy in the mall encouraged me to use it, and I was like, well, I don't want to write my story. He said it's not about writing your story. It's just a business too, and it's really great for business. Ask it question. Oh my God, sometimes I cannot keep up with it. I was like, no, man, it gives you really a lot of ideas on business, whatever business you're in. Yeah, so it's good for
I'm
business.
gonna let Miss
Yeah.
Marva answer for herself. But before she answer, I
Uh-huh.
heard you like you were talking to it. It was talking back to you too. That's the wonderful thing about
Well,
AI,
it
huh?
have yes, it have a part. Yes, yeah. Well, it have the part text, like send a message and it have the microphone. So sometimes I'm not a good texter. I will stay long. So sometimes I like this is my thoughts. What you think about this? And as you come on, hi Hazel, how are you this morning? And I will say hello, like if I'm speaking to somebody, I know excuse me, a gigabyte, but I always ask how's the weather where you are. I don't know, it's just a habit. It's like you're just having a friend to talk to, and you just
Yes.
talk and to come up with ideas and I'll tell it, although sometimes they never get Senior Fluffy right. And I was like, oh my God, you're like a man. You never get nothing right. No offense, but oh gosh, geez. Sometimes I get tired and I'll say, I'll see you like next
Oh dear.
100 days. But it's funny though. Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes. So, Mrs. Marva, tell
Mhm.
us, how do you use AI, or do you?
I do use AI, and I've actually started using AI more and more as I
Yeah.
understand it. And I
Yeah.
think,
It's
folk,
better.
actually, just to let you know, that editors and authors have been using AI for a long time because Grammarly is an AI tool. And most, or maybe I shouldn't say most, but many, many authors, including myself, when I first wrote
Mhm,
my book, that was when I first was introduced to Grammarly. I never got the paid version, but even with the free version, it would help me to state something a little differently. It would help me with spelling. It would help me to find other words instead of big. It'll give me what's a synonym, what's an
right.
antonym and stuff like that. So AI has been around, and I'm sure if I had the paid version of Grammarly, I would have gotten a lot more help. But I know I got quite a bit of help from Grammarly when I was writing my books. Now,
Mhm,
AI tools like ChatGPT is like 1,000,000% more useful. And I know that, for example, my social media posts, I have asked like ChatGPT, can you create me an image with some fruits and some vegetables and a lady in a supermarket shopping, something like that. And I want the lady to look like she's 60 with curly hair and light skin or medium build or something like that. And ChatGPT creates that image and it might say, do you like it or do you want any change? Yeah, I want that to
mhm.
change, that to change. And it'll give you a pretty good image of what you're looking for.
Do
Like
you have to pay with that, Virgin?
Oh no, I don't.
That's
My husband has
okay,
the paid version, which is not much,
okay.
$20 a month. But I use a free
Mhm,
version, and it will like give you. I think it gives you like 3 free images per day,
okay,
per 24 hours.
okay,
But there are
okay.
people that are have multi-million-dollar businesses that use Chat GPT. For example, I heard this
Mm,
man who goes on YouTube. He goes to China and he buys all these things in China. He does business with China, comes back, sells them in the US. And he was talking about how ChatGPT translates for him, plan his trip, the whole shebang on ChatGPT,
wow.
and it learns you. So, like Hazel said, the AI refers to, hey Hazel, what's going on in Trinidad? It learns your style, it learns your name, and you can actually, I mean, there's nothing wrong with using AI to help you to write your book because AI doesn't come up with your ideas. Okay. AI, if Hazel wanted to write a second version of Senor Fluffy, AI could help her to write a second version of Senor Fluffy without changing her theme, her idea, anything. But they can say one thing that she might have said about Senor Fluffy in 10 different ways. But it's you're saying it really. So I think a lot more people are using AI. I mean, billions of people use Chat GPT. That's just one of the AI tools. There are many others, and for sure I am using AI and as an assistant to help me. I mean, when I say AI, I specifically Chat GPT to help me to kind of say things a little differently with this book that I'm working on. So I think it's a very good tool that we authors should not be afraid of using these tools to help us to become better authors. I mean, it can even say, okay, what would be a great subject or title for my book on menopause, for example? And it'll give you 10 different titles. And you'll say, okay, I don't like it. Can you tweet this, tweet that, tweet that, tweet that? It'll give you 10 more different options. Whereas I remember when
Mhm.
I was coming up with my titles for my book, I was asking my husband, I was going online and Google what's the good, and you don't have to do all of that anymore. AI, even the free version of ChatGPT, is an excellent tool to help us to become better authors.
Sounds like a one in all-in-one program as well. It does so many different things and it's a one-stop place the way
It
you're
is. It is
putting it
because
out
even the
there.
images, you could
Mhm.
ask it to design a book cover. But
Nice.
you prompt it and prompt it and prompt it. You could say, I want book cover to be green, splattered with yellow painting on it or something like that.
Right, right,
And it'll give you an image, and the image is it didn't copy the image from any site, which is the challenge when you go and say Google. So Google,
right, right,
I could say to Google, I want an image of a woman exercising in a gym. And a lot of times the image is copyrighted. So you can't just go use it freely. But if you have ChatGPT, for example, and you ask it to design an image, a 63-year-old woman with curly hair, with big nose or whatever the case, exercising in the gym, it's your original image that you can use anywhere because you won't find that image anywhere else.
right. That is powerful and helpful. That it can definitely um bring you up, not break you down. So yeah, definitely a place to use as authors, as beginners, as authors, veteran authors. It's definitely a step up. And I'm exploring it. I'm definitely exploring it for my shorts, and I possibly will bring it into my writing as well. All right, so let's get straight into your book. Let's start with since you just spoke, we'll ask Hazel to go with her book. Give us a bit of a quick summary and what your book is about. Put it out there for the audience. And I'm going to unmute you first. I'm
One
waiting
thing
a
I must
second
add,
because you did say, okay, there it goes.
one one thing I want to say, I heard with chat with AI, you could also take your book and put it into the AI and let it look through it and ask it like if it's Senor Fluffy, I guess, you ask it maybe like how the story song, or does it fit like a YA audience, or does it have mistakes, or how does it read back to it? So you could ask it a lot of questions about your book before you send it out there, and it will tell you like all your mistakes, what you did wrong, what you should do. But it's something you have to really know and read up about because a lot of people are afraid of the AI. But I think it's really a great business tool and stuff like that. The more you just have to learn about it, as with anything else. Yeah.
Definitely. And before you go on to
Uh-huh.
your book, I notice I don't know so much about if there are any errors per se in there with doing something like that of
Uh-huh.
that nature, but I do know
Yeah.
that sometimes I've heard them mispronounce names. I have
Of
heard
course,
that.
because I mean,
So I don't know.
even people,
Yeah,
yes,
we all
even
do.
people
We
when
all
they
do.
say, yes, even when people say in
Yes,
Trinidad and Tobago, Americans always say Tobago, and I get so upset. It's not Trinidad and Tobago; it is Trinidad and Tobago. So like, come on, So yes,
I know.
it's
We all do.
mispronounced.
But
We all
I'm
do, and
thinking
we are human.
I'm thinking yeah, I'm thinking like people might be a little skeptical on will it really pick up my errors if it's making some, you know, not perfect
Well,
pronunciations or this or
that
that. They might think
that's
it might
okay.
not pick up all the errors.
No,
I
well,
don't think
you
so.
have. That's why you
I
have to
don't
go
think so.
through it and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
Look it over
Yes,
and stuff
yes.
as well. Just don't
Mhm.
leave everything. Because we are not
To
perfect, so a
AI.
machine wouldn't be perfect
Mhm.
either. Yeah, but I heard it's a great tool helping like that.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
and it takes a lot of work off your like editing and this and so many things it could help you with as a business
Sounds
entrepreneur.
like it.
Yeah. So you just have to read
Right.
up, Google it, and see
Okay,
what it
so
says. Yeah.
yeah, so let's hear about Senor Fluffy.
Well, Senor Fluffy, a cat steal. This is it. Is based on
Beautiful.
a highfalutin French cat who lives bougie lifestyle in France with his rich human socialite. One day, for no apparent reason, she decides to go to New York City to live. But he's so accustomed to the bougie lifestyle, he thinks he will be living the same, you know, the same bougie lifestyle. So he suspect that she's going to live in Manhattan, which he considers, you know, the affluent lifestyle, Park, so Prospect Park or someplace. But when they go to New York, he realized that this woman is actually, we are actually going to take a bus. Hell, I never walk in my life. He never walked. It's always butlers and housekeepers. And he realized, but what kind of lifestyle
Mhm.
she bring me here for? I have to take a bus and sit down with regular people and animals. And he's like, I not built for this. And when he reached, he realizes in Brooklyn on Church Avenue, of all places, which he considers the concrete jungle, ghetto.
Right.
She don't buy the apartment or building. She rent a studio just like common people. And he's not common, you know? When you go upstairs, first of all, you have to use the elevator with regular people. When he go upstairs, he realized, oh my God, it's a studio with a one bedroom. So he wondered, now where's she going to sleep? So when he asked her, he said, oh, you will sleep on the floor. He's like, but I'm a cat with pedigree. And after all, he's like, he have to sleep on a mat by the door, which to him looks like a lone cactus in the wilderness. But it's just a book about it's the pasture always green on the other side, which you really want to call home, friendship, love. Might have a little bit of bullying, and just it's like when you migrate from one place to the other, things you discover, people you discover, friendship, and it teaches you a lot of stuff. Although it's a funny book, it have really things that even when I moved from Trinidad to New York, so you go through a lot of stuff, a lot of ups and downs. So it's really about that and finding yourself, basically. Hmm.
Thank you for sharing that. It was a beautiful book, comical book.
Oh,
You have all
thank
sorts
you.
of lessons in there. I really enjoyed the book. I'm waiting for the second
Oh,
part. Hazel, you
yes, me
have me
myself.
waiting
It's
here
it's
too
writ- it's
long.
written
I'm waiting.
already. I'm just trying to get it edited, and it's also coming out in Spanish as well.
Woo! Woohoo! Yes. Wonderful, wonderful,
Yeah,
wonderful. It is a beautiful book. So you need to go out there and get it. And I'm going to come right back to
yeah.
Hazel so she can tell you where to get it. Okay. All right. So, Mrs. Marva Riley, can you share with us what your book SHEIR is? Does it stand for Sexy Health Expert International Raving? No.
And you'll be sexy and healthy when you read this book and practice. Not just read it, but practice what's in there. Before I talk about share, and it's an acronym for simple, healthy, easy, inexpensive recipes, and they're delicious and easy to prepare. I have a question for Hazel before I forget. Now, I
Okay.
see that you have your bookstore in Trinidad. Now, how can
Hmm.
we authors get our books into your store?
Oh,
Well,
that's a good one.
only if you know somebody coming down, or you can ship it. That's
Mhm,
the only thing. I
mhm,
like ship it and send it directly to my home if you want to do that route. Because my friend,
mhm,
she's Dominican American, but she's living in St. Kitts. She wants to send some of her books here, so she's just waiting until she gets some from Amazon to send it. And she have like 5 books now. Yeah, so but you can do that. I just said as a author, being in Trinidad, I love books. I love to read. Why not go the route and help authors as well? Create a small bookstore with local and Caribbean authors. I mean, it don't have to be just local and Caribbean, but we are local and we Caribbean. But I wanted to stay in that Caribbean instead of having books by outside authors. Not to say anything is wrong with that, but I just wanted to keep it mainly in the Caribbean Because
Okay.
really, in Trinidad, I haven't been to a store where I could just get books by Caribbean authors alone. And I think that is a fantastic idea. And I said, well, I came up with it. I told it of a next bookstore in here. So, and I gave her a lot of ideas to do, and she wasn't taking it. So I said, you know what? Maybe God gave me this idea for me to start something. And I started, I got a sign and everything. And I sold a good couple
Awesome.
amount so far, and the authors love it, and they think it's a great idea. So, and the book sell. And the thing with me, with having the bookstore, when people pass in the mall, I'm to the front, so I see people passing in the mall all the time. So I'll invite them to come in the store. And hey, look, I have a wide range, a variety of books by local authors. And well, it's to be Caribbean, but I don't have Caribbean right now. It's just Trinidad now, Trinidadian authors. But soon you'll get books from other Caribbean. You know, yeah, because
That's
you're
good to know. That
Bajan
was a good
and
question, Marva.
yes, and
Yes.
Marva is Jamaican.
Yes,
She
we can send
Jamaican.
some
Yeah,
books
of course. So
down.
that will be good. Yeah. So if you could, I don't know if anybody have any friends coming from for the holidays, so that would be a good way as well. But if you want, you could maybe post a few. You don't have to be too many, like a couple, just a couple, two, three, whatever, and could see, because I think that's a great idea as well. But I didn't want to tell anybody to do it, and you just let me know what to do, and and just send it straight to my house. I don't know. And maybe you could buy some from Amazon and send it straight. I know DHL does bring books straight from Amazon to us here in Trinidad. Like when I never did that. I didn't know actually, because I always used to pay for it to ship from here to there. And then a friend asked me why I'm doing it, why I just don't let Amazon send it. And I was like, how the and yeah, DHL bring Amazon books straight to wherever you are. Yeah, so that
Okay,
is
good
a
to know.
thing you all could do too. Straight to the mall, and I will get it right here.
Well, we will talk a
Okay.
Yeah.
little bit more about that at another time.
Yes, of
I
course.
know,
Yes.
I think we have 5 minutes to go, Sharon. Is it an hour?
Yes.
Okay, so
Let's
real
do
quick,
it. Let's do it.
I, yeah, I won't be long. So this is my share, which is an acronym for Simple, Healthy, Easy, Inexpensive Recipes, is my second book. And this came about because I was always whipping up these delicious meals every day, and they always taste differently. And my husband said you should put them in a book. He has been inspiring with all of the books that I've written. I've written 3 books on my own, and I wrote the fourth one is a collaborative anthology, um, from Stuck to Limitless. Marie Mackenzie was the brainchild behind this one. She is also a member of our group. And this book has well over 100 simple, healthy, easy, delicious, inexpensive recipes that you can, for the most part, whip up in less than 30 minutes. So that's what this book is about. I think this book is probably my most sold book. A lot of people are interested in how they can prepare healthy meals that don't break the bank and doesn't require being in the kitchen for 2 hours. And all of my books are available on Amazon. And they're all $9.99, except for, I think, from Stuck to Limitless is
Right. That's a little more.
$15 or something like that. But
Hmm.
they're
Hmm.
inexpensive books. They're easy to read and really transformative, because everybody that has read my books have told me that they have learned so much to help them to, get into a healthy routine to take back their health and live the healthiest lives that they can.
Well, you asked 2 questions. You answered 2 questions that I was going to ask you. So beautiful. I was going to ask you, so what does your customers normally get out of this and what do they say? But you pretty much answered it. And also, which is the bestseller book? Because I know you are a bestseller. So I believe it's the group book
That's- Yeah,
is your bestseller.
the collaborative book, the
Okay.
anthology with the other ladies, is the one that was a number one bestseller. Um,
Bestseller.
Yeah. But my most,
Congratulations.
yeah, yes. And Marie McKenzie.
Congratulations.
Marie McKenzie
Yes,
was the
is the brain
brainchild
behind
behind
it.
that. Yes.
Yes, and she was supposed to be here today, but we're going to do one more of these again, and it will be more uniformed so we can get more female Caribbean authors to come out and share their books as well, because this would have been great overall to hear about all these different books. But I have an idea coming up. I'm working with one other person on this, and I hope that you guys can come out and check out these wonderful books. You will not regret it. You're going to be informed. You're going to laugh. You're going to hear so many different topics along the lines of informational, educational, funny, humorous, as Hazel have it out there for us to laugh about the seriousness behind this. So thank you, ladies. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming out. Thank you for being a part of this beautiful little conversation, I'm going to call it, among family, because we are a family in our group and we always like to contribute and highlight others and their work. So I love that about our group. What do you get out of the group before we go? What do you get out of the group, and what last words can you leave with that aspiring or first time author? I'll leave you with that. Oh, and share your contact information. I'll let Marva, sorry, Hazel, you want to share that first and
I
then
can't.
Marva,
I
and we're
will
going to
also
conclude.
just listen. Okay, what was the question? Sorry, so I was speaking to somebody rudely when I was unmuted. Muted. So what was the question?
Okay, so what has Caribbean female authors promoting your books done for you? And send your contacts out there to your audience. Your last words.
Or what has female? I just think it's a great thing for people to promote, for us to promote one another because it's important, to know different people and to promote. Not you just don't want to promote things in your country. You want your book to get all over the world, and people should know about it. Even if my story is about a cat, people should know about that cat all in Japan, as well as Marva Books. Marva Books is about health, wealth, nutrition, and so much more, taking care of your body and so much more. So I look books about by so many authors I just see in Trinidad. So what happened to our books being all over the world? Could go to the moon for all I care, but somebody must read it.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. So share your contact.
Okay,
Where can they find your books?
oh, my books are all on Amazon. Amazon, you can find
All
my
on
books. I have
Amazon.
three. Yes. I also have a notebook, a Senor Fluffy goes on a beach lime notebook, and the coloring and
Oh, right.
activity,
And the
and of
coloring
course
book.
Senior Fluff. Yes, and Senior Fluffy a cat steal. I have a whole line of merchandise here. I don't know if you can see it. I tried to do a little bit of
Yes, yes.
everything. You know,
Beautiful. Very
yes.
nice.
So
Lovely.
I try
All right,
different
so you
stuff.
hear that,
Yeah.
audience. Amazon, check out Hazel Lynch on Amazon, and I will leave her details in the description as well. Thank you so much, Hazel, for coming on and sharing with us and making us laugh.
Oh well, thank you so much. It's my life passion to make people happy.
Thank you. And Miss Marva, your
Yeah.
parting words and where we can contact you. How has the group helped you?
Well, the group has helped me in that I would not have met you. I would not have met
Mm-hmm.
Hazel and
True.
so many
True.
other people in the
Yes.
group.
Yes.
And I tell you
True. True.
something,
Mhm.
I was interviewed by Barbados Public TV. And I know it was somebody in the
Mm.
group that introduced me to that. I don't remember
Mm.
who it was. And then
Mm.
we were able
Morning
to,
Barbados.
the
Is it
Barbados, yeah.
Morning Barbados? Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Did
I
you
recommended
introduce
a
Yeah,
me
lot
to
I
of
that?
think
people.
it was I think
Yes,
it was
I
Hazel.
recommended a lot of
Mhm.
people
Okay,
to
so
go there.
Hazel
Yes.
introduced me to that, and I in turn
Mhm.
introduced other people in the group to that
Yes.
because
Mhm.
that's a huge
Mhm.
platform to get your stuff.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
would
Yes.
encourage others in the group, if
Mhm.
you know of any
Mhm.
platforms that other people can be interviewed on,
Yes,
other people can showcase their work on, that we should share it in the group so that we all can get on board, because it's not just about going on social media to promote your material.
that's right.
Any platform you can get on,
Any
if you can get
platform.
any
Yes,
platform, that's what we should do
yes,
for, to help each other.
yes.
So
Wonderful.
that's how
Yes,
And
I
I also
believe.
have a
absolutely.
little
That's what we're
podcast on a
for.
Sunday.
Yes, yes. And
Yeah.
I'm available. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I recently went on Substack. So you can reach
Mm.
me, Marva Riley, on any of these platforms. Be
You're
sure to
everywhere.
follow and subscribe everywhere. You have to be everywhere
Yes.
because
Yes,
because your
yes, yes.
audience is everywhere.
Yes, everywhere. That's
Yeah.
right. And that's a great thing. I love
This
that, you know.
Mhm.
This will be continued for sure because we still have to talk about marketing tips and all these
Yes.
tricks. So we
Mm-hmm.
definitely have to come back and talk. But thank you for your time, ladies. I don't take that for granted. Our group, Caribbean Female Writers Promoting Your Books, definitely want to inspire and highlight these things. So when we know, we
You know.
showcase it and we advertise
Yes.
it and let each other be a part of and get your books out as well. And I know about your podcast, so you give me the information so I can also put it in the detail
I'm starting
area,
back.
this
I'm starting
description.
back.
Okay, and Miss Marva, I will do your
Yes.
information in the description box as well. So thank you again, ladies, and
Yes.
please be ready to come on again to share some more and your second book and your fourth or fifth book,
Anytime.
Miss Marva. Yes,
Yes.
yes, good
I have
job,
to
and
play catch up
all
to
the best with
Marva.
your
Oh my
books.
God, I'm running.
All
Oh.
right, see you guys, and
Mhm.
my family community. Please hit that subscribe button, share, like, tell us what you liked here today, and comment. Okay, we love you. Take care. All the best,
Thanks.
ladies.
And thank
Take
you
care.
for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
It was fun.
It was great. Yes. And I